Hey, I'm Jusko from ProudMoney.com, and in this video we are going to compare the Chase Freedom Unlimited card versus the Wells Fargo Active Cash card. But before we do that, I'm going to ask you to please subscribe to this YouTube channel if you have not already. And if you have already, I thank you for doing so. So we are going to look at two strong cashback cards from major credit card issuers. This is a comparison in my mind that people might be doing when they are looking for a new credit card. There are some similarities and differences in these cards that might make it a little difficult to decide, and it actually is difficult to say who is sort of the across-the-board winner between these two cards because of the fact that you might choose one over the other depending on your situation. So what I'm going to do is, first I'm going to tell you that if you haven't gotten a credit card in a very long time, and you probably won't get another credit card in a very long time, and you're looking for one card that is sort of an upgrade over whatever you had that you got 7 years ago or whatever the case might be, just go for that Wells Fargo Active Cash Visa. You're going to be happy with it. No annual fee. You're going to get 2% cash back on everything. There's a $200 bonus opportunity. You've got cell phone insurance on this card. You're probably going to be happy with it. You're probably the type of person that doesn't want to think about your credit card a whole lot, but you'd like to upgrade from whatever bad rewards maybe you were getting in the past. So you will feel good about this. You won't have to overanalyze it. You won't have to think about your credit card again for a very long time, and you will feel secure in the fact that you are getting something that is pretty good in today's market. Maybe not the very best for every single purchase that you would make, but you always know you're getting that 2% everywhere, and you'll be happy. Now, since you're watching this video, there's probably a good chance that you want to go a little deeper on both of these cards to see how they compare and to make a decision. So let's go deeper on that Wells Fargo card, the Active Cash Visa, no annual fee, 2% cash back everywhere. So it doesn't matter what purchasing category, whether it's groceries or gas or whatever, you're always going to get 2%. There's a $200 bonus opportunity if you spend $1,000 with the card in the first 3 months of having it. There's a 0% offer for 15 months on both purchases and balance transfers. On the purchase end, that means if you made a purchase with the card and you floated it for a few months without paying it off completely, you still would not pay interest during that first 15-month period. On the balance transfer end, that means if you transfer a balance from another credit card that you have onto this card, you could let it sit on this card for that 15-month period without paying any interest on that balance that you have. So that is a way to get to 0% interest from whatever interest rate you had on another card. However, there is a 3% balance transfer fee, so you would have to pay 3% up front in order to move that balance. So for example, $3,000 balance, you'd have to pay $90 up front to move it, but still that might be worth it if it's going to take you a while to pay off that balance and have it at 0% versus that higher interest rate. There is, in terms of the other features on this card, probably the most interesting one is the cell phone insurance, and that is on up or for up to $600 of insurance against your phone being stolen or damaged. There is a $25 deductible, meaning you pay the first $25 if one of those things happens, and then the insurance kicks in. So that would be for either repair or perhaps replacement, depending on what the value of your phone is. In terms of redeeming the rewards that you get from this card, that cash back, you can redeem it into a Wells Fargo account, like a checking or savings account, or use it against a Wells Fargo loan. If you have one of those, you can also use it against the card purchases that you've made with the card as a statement credit, or against individual purchases. It's all sort of the same thing. But you can't take your money and have it transferred into some bank account that you have with another bank. So it's either going to go into a Wells Fargo account, or you're going to use it against the credit card purchases you make. Now, there's also gift cards and travel and some other rewards potentially. Probably most people are going to use their cash back as cash back. So know that you have sort of the Wells Fargo limitation there in terms of either in their account or against the purchases that you make with the card. So pretty basic and easy to understand. Again, if you're someone that is just kind of upgrading from an older credit card that you have, maybe you're getting 1.25% cash back and you want to move up, but you still want total simplicity, this card could be the one for you. 2% everywhere obviously would be an upgrade. If you don't want to think about your rewards and you just want to go on with your life and pull your credit card out and know you're getting a decent reward, this would be a good card for you. But that does not mean that the Active Cash card is better than the Chase Freedom Unlimited. It only means that it is simpler. For some people, the Chase Freedom Unlimited might be the better choice. So let's take a look at it. It is a no annual fee Visa card that gives you 1.5% cash back on all of your purchases, which is less, obviously, than the 2% on the Active Cash card, except You'll also get 3% on dining. You'll get 3% at drugstores. You will get 5% on travel if you book that travel through Chase's Ultimate Rewards travel portal, which is basically an Expedia-like experience. You also, during the first year of having the card, will get 5% back on your grocery store purchases on up to $12,000 worth of purchases. Now, that does exclude things like Target, Walmart, Costco, those kind of things. It's sort of your traditional supermarkets, but 5% back on groceries for a year is a pretty nice thing. This card has essentially the same bonus as that active cash card, $200 if you spend $500 in the first 3 months of having it, so you don't have to spend quite as much to get there as you would with that active cash card. Same 0% offer, 0% for 15 months on purchases, and balance transfers, same balance transfer fee. Now, this card has easier redemptions, or probably better redemptions as far as you're concerned, because you can redeem at any amount. And I think I forgot to say, the Wells Fargo card, you have to get $25 in rewards before you can redeem in most instances. This card you can redeem for cash back into your bank account at any amount. So even if you only had, $5 or $10, you still could redeem that cash back. And this card also probably has better other features if these are important to you. So things like extended warranties, you get an extra year on the manufacturer's warranty that you have. There's purchase protection. If you buy something and it gets damaged within the first 90 days, you could potentially get it replaced depending on the cost of that item. There are some travel insurances, trip cancellation or trip delay insurances, and some other stuff too. So Chase probably has more going on in terms of extras than that Wells Fargo Active Cash Visa. So when we compare these two cards, there's a lot to consider, but there are also some things that are the same that we can sort of throw out when we are doing that comparison. Both no annual fee, both Visa, both $200 bonus opportunity, even though you can get it faster with that Chase card, both 0% for 15 months on purchases and balance transfers. So on the Wells Fargo end, you are left essentially with a 2% cashback card on all the purchases you make, and then you have that cell phone insurance of up to $600 if you ever need it. On the Chase Freedom Unlimited end, you have 1.5% cash back, but you've got those nice multipliers, 3% drugstores, 3% dining, 5% on travel through that Chase portal, and that 5% in the first year on groceries on up to $12,000 of grocery purchases. Now, if you can really max out that $12,000, getting 5% on those groceries would be a $600 reward on $12,000. And you could contrast that with if you happen to use the active cash card for $12,000 worth of groceries, that would only be $240 in rewards. So that would be a $360 difference, which is pretty large. So that would definitely be something to consider. The more you're going to spend on those groceries, the better that Chase Freedom Unlimited looks. And then you've got those extras with the Chase Freedom Unlimited. Do they matter to you? The extended warranty, the price protection, those travel insurances, that kind of stuff. Are you ever going to use those? Are you even going to remember that you have them when the time comes that you could use them? For some people, the answer is yes. For some people, the answer is no. So when you look at each card versus each other, 2% versus 1.5%, but a lot of extras, are you going to get more than 2% with the Chase Freedom Unlimited? And do those insurances and stuff kind of add a little extra? Maybe the Chase Freedom Unlimited is something that you would like more than the active cash card, depending on kind of how you spend. But wait, there's more. There are 3 other considerations to potentially consider on the Chase end. The first is the fact that a lot of people, when they get Chase cards, they are not doing it just in a vacuum, not just one card. They are doing it as part of a larger strategy to get multiple Chase cards and maybe get more value out of the points that they receive from those cards. So Chase has its Ultimate Rewards program, and with the Chase Freedom Unlimited, technically you are getting points that become cash back if you use them that way. But if you combine them with the points from other cards, you could use them in other ways where maybe you could get more value. So specifically, if you had the Chase Sapphire Preferred or the Chase Sapphire Reserve, you could get more value out of your points. Number one, by getting a extra boost or extra bonus when you use those points through Chase's Travel Rewards portal, or you also would unlock the ability to use Chase's Travel Transfer Partners and use your points to transfer them into the frequent flyer programs of Southwest and United, or hotels like Hyatt and Marriott and others as well. So maybe you would find that attractive, and so you would be getting the Chase Freedom Unlimited as maybe the first stop in a larger strategy to get some of those other cards and not only get more bonuses and that kind of stuff, but also unlock the features that those cards have, which I'm not going to overly go go into here. But for some people, that is what they're doing. They're getting into the Chase ecosystem. This is just one part of it. They want multiple Chase cards to combine the points, get the multipliers on different reward categories, and really make this a larger strategy. If you couldn't care less about having a larger strategy with your credit cards, well, then this isn't going to mean anything to you. But for some people, this is something they really pay attention to. The second consideration on the Chase end is the Chase 524 rule, which says if you already have gotten 5 credit cards in the last year, Chase is not going to be your 6th. They are not going to approve you. So some people, if they get credit cards on a regular basis, they are going to prioritize getting a Chase card before a Wells Fargo card or before a card from another issuer because they want to get the card while they're under 524 because they know they won't get approved later on. So if you're someone that gets a lot of credit cards, maybe that would be something that would factor into your decision here. And then finally, when we are looking at the Wells Fargo Active Cash versus the Chase Freedom Unlimited, it's sort of an artificial comparison because the truth is there are other cards out there on the market and maybe you could have a different strategy instead of just comparing one of these cards versus the other. And the reason I say that is, and it's especially true sort of in this comparison, is the fact that there is also the Chase Freedom Flex card. And the Chase Freedom Flex card is almost the same as the Chase Freedom Unlimited, except where the Chase Freedom Unlimited has 1.5% cash back on all those purchases, the Chase Freedom Flex only has 1%. But the Chase Freedom Flex has a rotating list of categories where you get 5% cash back throughout the year. So every calendar quarter, there are different places where maybe you can get 5% cash back, whether that is on gas or warehouse clubs or whatever the categories might be during that particular calendar quarter. So when you look at these cards, the Chase Freedom Flex is going to have that same 3% in restaurants, 3% in drugstores, the same bonus, the same 5% in groceries for the first year. Everything that the Chase Freedom Unlimited has, except it's going to have the 5% categories, and then it's going to have 1% on anything that doesn't fall into those higher categories. And if you look at it that way, you could say, well, you know what? I'll just get the Wells Fargo Active Cash Visa and I'll get the Chase Freedom Flex, and then I'll have all that stuff that the Chase Freedom Unlimited had, except the stuff that doesn't fall into any of those higher categories, I'll get 2% from that Active Cash Visa, and that would be the best thing, really. And since the cards we're talking about are all no annual fee, the Wells Fargo Active Cash card and that Chase Freedom Flex card, you could get both of those cards and get the best of all worlds, and then you wouldn't have to worry about the difference between the Active Cash card and the Chase Freedom Unlimited. Now, that assumes that you would get approved for both of those cards, and you could get approved for them, in a fairly short time period. That would depend on your credit history. If you have a longer credit history, you could probably get both of these cards at the same time, especially if that credit history is good. If your credit history is shorter, maybe you couldn't get them both at the same time, and maybe that's where you are deciding between the Active Cash card and the Chase Freedom Unlimited. In terms of credit scores you might need for any of those cards, you're probably going to be in a situation where if you have a 650 credit score, you're sort of on the bubble. Over 700, you're probably going to get approved. Again, the shorter your credit history, the less likely your chances, but that doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get shut out from these cards. You're going to have a better chance of getting approved both from Wells Fargo and from Chase if you have other accounts with them. So if you already have a bank account with them, or maybe if you have other credit cards with them, you might improve your chances that way of being approved here. So if you're someone with a long credit history, good credit score, and you don't have to worry about it, just get that Active Cash card and get the Chase Freedom Flex card at the same time, and then you're going to get that 2% and then all those extras that you get from that Chase Freedom Flex card. If you are at a different place, well, then you might have to make a decision between the Wells Fargo card and that Chase Freedom Unlimited. So yeah, I think that's it. And so, sort of at the beginning of the video, I said if you don't really want to think about this stuff too much, just get that Wells Fargo card. And now, if you've watched this whole video, you can see why I said this, because there are a lot of other considerations. But if you're really into those considerations, well, then there are a lot of them to think about between these two cards, and especially once you bring that Chase Freedom Flex into the possible equation. Questions, comments, put them in that comment section below. Otherwise, I thank you for watching. And as always, please go to proudmoney.com, where we do credit card reviews and we talk personal finance and we talk deals and all sorts of other fun stuff too. Thank you for watching. Bye.